Welcome back to another installment of, sorry, I was distracted, Florida Plant Profiles. This is the fourth installment, and today we are going to be focusing on not Seminole pumpkin, I did that last time, but this plant right here, the Cranberry Hibiscus. These plants are extremely easy to grow. They are extremely hardy in Florida, though they don't like cold. They will die back in the cold, but they can grow from, I believe you can grow them from cuttings, and you can grow them from seeds when they make flowers, which are like this deep, like the flowers are this same color, but they look like hibiscus because it's in the hibiscus family. They um, they make the little, kind of like a roselle does, they make this little round like seed pod, and when it falls to the ground it will self-seed. So a lot of people consider these obnoxious weeds, and you see like all these over here, I didn't plant these. All these over here I did not plant. There's another one coming up. I cut last winter, had the freezing, I cut down some of the, oh, I cut the one that I had down. I had a big one. I cut it down, and then I just basically chopped and dropped it with it. And this is the result. This is from using it for chop. What you get cranberry hibiscus popping up. So yes, it does reseed. It is one of those types of plants that will just, grow whether kind of you want it to or not. But again, like I've talked about before, if you don't want it to grow, just pull it out. So if I was, actually I can example was last night. I was in the garden and I noticed along one of the walking paths there was a little about that big cranberry hibiscus coming up, and I don't want it there, so I just pulled it out. It's not that hard. Like, it's one of those, I don't understand why people are so against stuff like cranberry hibiscus, because it self-seeds and it grows so fast and it grows everywhere. Well, pull it out when you see it coming up. If you see it coming up somewhere you don't want it, just pull it out. There, like right in here and stuff, this is where I had a tomato earlier, and there was a cranberry hibiscus coming up right next to it. Well, I didn't want one coming up right next to it. That's gonna pull nutrients away from that tomato, so I just pulled it up. It's not that hard. Even when they're, as big as this right here, they're easy to pull up. But anyways, I'm going down a rabbit trail. The cranberry hibiscus, I don't know if you can use it like roselle with the calyxes to make tea, but these leaves are edible, and they have a very tart flavor, and a lot of people like to use them to put on salads and stuff. I like to just take, every now and then I'll just pull one off and eat it, because it has sort of a, I guess, kind of a sour candy flavor. I mean, it's not really candy like, but it's kind of got that tart flavor. It's a really interesting flavor. They are high in oxalic acid, so if you have any issues eating oxalates, you have to be careful. But yeah, they are high in oxalic acid. It's probably one of those scenarios, if you cooked the leaves, it would cook it out, but I don't know how good it would be if you cooked the leaves. Just don't, engorge yourself with cranberry hibiscus, and unless you have issues with kidney stones or just kidney issues in general, you should be okay. You'll have to excuse, I'm a little bit congested still. I've been sick, which is why I didn't post this video last week. But yeah, it's very easy to grow. Once you have one plant, pretty much you don't have to get any more, because it will continue to self-seed. Like I said, it's easy to spread, obviously, because I didn't actually plant these here. I just used the stem to chop and drop, and it came up. I do believe you can take cuttings and start the plant as well. So it's one of those ones, you buy it once and you have it for as long as you want it. And I love those kind of plants, because I don't have to always go get seeds. I don't have to always, you know, buy new plants and all that stuff. It's just, there it is. And I can replace it around the garden where I want it. It'll come up in places, and if I like it to be there, then I'll leave it there. If not, I'll move it or I'll take it out. You know, just, it's easy enough to just pull it out of the ground. And yeah, I highly recommend it for a nice nice leaf that you can eat. It's got a very unique flavor, and it's a beautiful plant. You know, the deep red color, like I said, the flowers are the same deep red like that. And yeah, and it like I said, the one thing it cannot tolerate is the cold. So if you're going to have frost, it will die back. But since it self-seeds, it will come back every single time. And yeah, so cranberry hibiscus. I cannot remember, there's another name for it and I don't remember what it is. But look for cranberry hibiscus. Once you get it once, it's good to go. I would suggest planting it in a place that you don't mind it coming up again and again and again, or spreading some. If you put it in like your favorite flower garden, it will spread along that flower garden. So put it in a place that it can spread, or just be, you know, very vigilant about keeping it contained. Speaking of contained, it could probably do well in a container. So if you're a container gardener and you want to put it in a container, I'm sure it would be fine in a container. I've never grown it in a container. I've bought one that was in a container, but then I put it in the ground. But yeah, and they will get probably 7-8 feet tall, something like that. But of course you can always top it if you don't want it to get that tall. They bloom in the fall, so look for the blooms in, you know, October, November, that time frame. But yeah, cranberry hibiscus, I highly recommend it. It is a leafy, I guess you could call it a vegetable. I guess you could call it a green, even though it's not green. That's very, very easy to grow here. Very easy to grow. Takes little to no effort. This cranberry hibiscus out here gets whatever I give the garden, and it, you know, it seems to not, it doesn't mind the heat at all. It doesn't mind if there's not that much rain at all, because these have been growing since the beginning of spring, and we went through a severe, you know, pretty severe dry spring, and I was watering with the sprinkler, and other plants were suffering and these didn't. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So that's going to be the 4th installment, and I will be back hopefully next week for the 5th installment. I already have what I'm going to be talking about. And until then, thank you for watching as always, and take care and have a good week.